G'day legends. UJAM have just released Beatmaker 3, a massive update to their Beatmaker series. Now, if you're not sure what Beatmaker is, it's basically a bunch of drum libraries that are very genre specific. They contain loops, one-shot samples, and they just boost your creativity and help you get programming and adding drums into your sessions really quickly. So let's just get straight into it. This is Beatmaker 3 right here up on the screen at the moment. So let me show you how I might use a plugin like this, specifically the loops, right? I've got a bit of a pop song here that's got a bit of an empty space. So it's got this verse that needs something a little bit extra in there. And I think we need some pop drums. Now, rather than kind of searching for more sounds and programming it all, this can really help me fill this gap pretty quick. So I'm going to jump through our styles and try and find a loop that I like the sound of. So under the style, Power Thunder, I found a cool verse loop. Now I'm going to click and drag this MIDI out into the session. And what we're going to do is play this back, and I'm going to play with some of these macros at the same time so you can hear how these effects can really add to this as well. So really cool. That definitely helps lift that whole section, just having that loop playing through there and then using the sweep to kind of bring it down and then back up and thin it out before the big drop really makes it dramatic as well. And that little bit of ambience definitely helped make this groove kind of like sit in the track a little bit better because there is a lot of ambience and space in the track. It felt a little dry at first. Just really easy to dial that in. And to create that sweeping effect within your DAW, all you have to do is either latch the controls and then you could ride this as you play it back, or you could just open up the automation and you could come down to Beatmaker, search for sweep, and you can find it right down here. And then I could literally just draw in that automation effect like this. So pretty straightforward, but very powerful. You could easily come in and customize this MIDI. So if I wanted to change this groove up a little bit, move where these kicks are and just make it a little bit more suited to the groove of the song, I could easily do that just by changing a couple of things around. Now, if you need a little bit of inspiration, you're not exactly sure what you're looking for, well, you can search through presets as well. So we come over to this search tab on the left, and at the moment we're searching locally. So all of the libraries that I own and are installed on my computer. But if I click on global, it's also going to search through all of the available UJAM libraries. You can hear some presets and some ideas, and then you can decide if you want to start a trial or even just purchase that library as well. Right, we can choose the mood, so let's just say energetic and maybe like uplifting, and then we could search for the genre. Let's just keep it pop, maybe even EDM and dance. We could put a BPM in. I'm just going to leave it without the BPM for now. We could search through specific titles, or we can just leave it and it's going to search through everything. Dope, Easy Groove V2. This actually sounds pretty cool. I could double click on this now and load this up. So that's pretty cool. Different sound, but it still fits within the vibe of what I was looking for, and just searching through those presets made it easy to land upon something that worked within my song. And so when you find patterns that you like, for example, the one we just landed on, Easy Groove V2, I can hit that heart over here. And now when I click on my favorites, that's going to be there. Now, if we want to change our library, we can come over to the left here and we can click on this titles browser and we can see all of the libraries that we own and have installed. Now you can see right now, I'm in the Berserk library, heavy dubstep. Now down the bottom, you can see this piano roll here. Now these are all of our one shots within the kit. And then up the top, these are all of our loops. So as I click and hold, it plays the loop for me. I can also hit this latch button and then I just have to click it once. Or if you're using your MIDI keyboard, you can just press the key once and it will just play that loop through. And up here, we've got a style selector. Currently we're on kick and shorty, and that is what's giving us these loops here. Now, if we change this, we get a different set of loops. Just tons of options. Now let's say you're searching through the styles and you find some loops that you like. Let's say this chorus groove in particular. Now what you can do is you can hover your mouse over this button here and then see these 6 dots. You come up and click on that and then you can drag the MIDI into your session. And now we have this groove programmed within our session. So that's really handy if you find a pattern that's going to work well in your production, but you just want to tweak it a bit. That's how you can do that. Now, let's say you like the groove, but you don't necessarily like the sounds. Well, you can come up and change the kit sounds up here. Alternatively, we can click on the name and we can scroll down and search through the kits here. So let's say we like the Unholy kit, but we're not a big fan of the snare sound. Well, we can hover over the snare and then we can click on this edit tool here. And it brings up all of the different snare sounds from within Berserk. So once you find a sound you like, you can either double click it or you can click and drag and replace it that way. You can also adjust the attack, decay, dynamics, and pitch. So we wanted to pitch this snare up or bring it down. Oh yeah. If we want to soften the attack, we can. Shorten the sound. Now when we play this back, we've got that fat snare sound in there. So you notice we've got 4 main sliders on this home screen as well. I'll show you what each one does. So we've got sweep. So just that classic filter sweeping effect. This slider here is specific to each kit. So for the Berserk kit, we have a slider called Squish and Devastate. So as we go up, it's a bit crunchy. And as we come down, it sounds like more compression added to the sound. So over here on our right, we've got the mix slider, and this controls a specific type of effect. So you get to scroll through all these different effects and they will add a different characteristic to your drums. Scrolling through this can just give you a creative edge. And lastly, our ambient slider. Pretty cool. So I've got a project open here that's got a bit of a slower BPM, 86. Let's say I wanted to use this BPM, but I wanted my beat to be twice as fast. Then I could come over into this tab here and I can speed this up by 2 times. Or same thing, you could halve the time. So we've got a couple of extra sliders back here as well. The kick and snare slider, this fades out the kick and the snare. So no kick. And no snare. So this could be helpful for a section if you're just trying to like kind of bring things down. Intensity. You can get it kind of a little bit more mellow and chiller sounding as you pull that down. So we can play with the overall timing and feel with this slack slider. So if you don't want it to be perfectly to the grid, we can put a bit of this in there. So that's basically how this plugin works, right? So another awesome feature within Beatmaker 3 is the loop browser. So I've got the Dope kit loaded. So at the moment we're seeing all of the Dope MIDI loops here. Now we can easily search through specific styles of grooves. So for example, all of the verses. Just makes it a lot quicker for you to be able to search through and find grooves that you like. So if you select the verse button down here, and then you find a verse pattern that you like up here, all you have to do is double click it, and that is now loaded onto this key. So you can customize all of these loop keys, or you can just take the MIDI straight out and drop it into your session. Let's just say you want to listen to a bunch of different fills. Whoa. Just makes putting your song together a lot quicker and easier. So our last tab on the left here, this is our built-in mixer. So you'll see a couple of these sliders and parameters match up with what's happening on our home screen. As well as we have a maximize limiter here, which is just like, boost the overall loudness and intensity of the kit. And the rest of this is pretty straightforward. You've got your individual sounds, you can add extra saturation to them, you can filter them, you can add more ambience to them, you can pan them individually. And then you've also got the ability to route these to their own output within your DAWs. So if you enjoy working with loops, but also if you enjoy great sampled drum sounds, you're going to really love Beatmaker 3. If you want to check Beatmaker 3 out for yourself, there will be a link in the description below. Go over to UJAM's site and see what it's all about. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support this channel, check out that link in the description below. Go and check out my range of drum samples and mixing courses. And if you want to stick around and check out another awesome UJAM plugin, then check out this next video coming up.